You've been nothing but a thorn in my side since day one. But I am Fantokyo, the great, and I'll not be outdone. Welcome to Fantokyo Spectacular.
Tales of our endeavors proliferate.
Please excuse my thespian vernacular when I say thou is going down. I've had enough of you, so time to be my puppet on a string. I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything.
Hey, sir.
Yes?
You like Ace Attorney?
What?
Do you like Ace Attorney game?
I played the Ace Attorney versus Phoenix Wright, or no, versus Professor Layton, or whatever it was. I really enjoyed that.
I highly recommend getting the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
I have enjoyed that one myself, yes.
You technically don't even need to know much about Ace Attorney to enjoy it.
To be fair,
At most, there's references.
I don't even have the money to get food and vape juice right now, let alone a new game. And the vape juice, I basically consider it a part of the food budget because, you know, it's what I use to keep my appetite lower than it would be otherwise. And literally, I might run out of vape juice tonight. The nicotine has an appetite suppressant, and I use it when I'm hungry. Which is most of the time.
Want a shot? You better be more tactical. Messing with Fantokyo is never wise. I've had enough of you, so won't you be my puppet on a string? I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything. I'm up to here with you, so why don't you finally face it? Your fate is sealed, and everything you do is what I say. Starting now and every day, you'll be my puppet. Learn to love it. Every word I say, you'll covet. Start anew, stuck like glue. Bid your former self adieu.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is... Oh, why is that up? Deities in Disguise, Dungeons and Dragons. Hana, why don't you give us the recap?
Well, alright. Last time was a very stressful time. I decided to take a walk through the woods to calm down a moment after an annoying encounter with someone who was truly very stubborn in his flagrant disregard for life. So I took a walk through the woods. And, well, I didn't think it would end too badly, but I did say that I might be a little upset. Still, Your name accompanied me, and then...
Neither of those people accompanied you.
What was your dog's name again? I Fresh, was it?
Paint.
Paint, that's it.
It's okay, you're old.
Yes. Well, we'll see how you do in the Tuesday. We'll see how you do in the Wednesday game. Anyway. I blanked out a bit, but they told me I'd transformed into something a bit untoward. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Why, I almost killed someone. In fact, I believe I did kill someone named Larry.
Actually, I don't recall anyone actually telling you what you did.
No.
Paint
Kinda sent her a... You know, from his view, but basically a recording, mental recording.
Yes, it was basically like a movie.
But I'm technically correct. Nobody told.
Yes, that would be correct. You are correct.
Are you being judgmental against the telepathically inclined?
No, I'm
Yes.
being pedantic.
Anyways, continue.
Well, with that being the case, we then set out once more. There's nothing much left for us here. But it seems that the elephants, who shall no longer be mentioned, is apparently royalty from somewhere, some diplomatic immunity, and he's also gone missing. What a terrible yet predictable shame.
He's also now part of a bandit tribe.
Well, yes. So no matter what happens, we can quite easily claim self-defense. Should something come to that. We won't seek it out, but well, who knows what happens on the road. And now we're back on the way to the graveyard. Home sweet home, so to say. At least for me. And that's about that. Is this better?
That seems to be a little better, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that's about the gist of it. And you know, there was a mighty adventure for your one single stop.
Yes, quite. Quite.
Speaking of which, all you were on the road again. I don't remember if anybody rolled a D20 last game.
I don't know.
Someone give me a random d20. Anyone.
19.
That was almost a 9. So, contrary to the night before of bloodshed, death, and possible missing person, the day is wonderful, bright, sunny. There's a nice cool breeze coming off from the lake through the woods. Maybe a hint of copper and iron floating there for some reason. Nobody knows why. But yeah, you guys are you get on the path. You don't see a lot of traffic today. You woke up relatively early in the morning after having your nightly endeavors.
How?
I thought we left off having arrived at the,
No, not just yet.
I'm pretty sure we
set
did.
out once more.
No, you were heading there. You're pretty close to it. You'll be getting to it in a couple minutes. The dirt road turned into a smooth cobblestone as your cart just goes bump, 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 over the tiny stones, but it's not unpleasant. You can feel the jostling, but it's not so bad that you'll spill a drink or it's uncomfortable. You start seeing the path widen out, almost like a branching tree. As different paths lead, some you can follow up to the mountains, others you can see that lead towards where some of the seashore. But the main path stays tried and true. And you come up to the top of a hill and you see a valley. A heavy fog lays blanketed over it. The air is noticeably cooler. The smell of dew and almost a cold chill fills the air as your cart gets pulled forward by your 2 horses. And almost like a dimmer switch, the light gets darker and darker, even though it's like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. The road gets narrower and narrower, and it gets windy as the forest gets replaced by hills, rocky terrain. You start seeing sporadic lanterns along the path, hanging, swinging. The slight sound of almost like a rusty fence echoes through the path. You see a couple smaller carts, single carts. These carts have a distinct shape to them. They're coffin carts to wheel the dead. As you see mourning families follow them in droves. And you turn around the town and you see a rickety fence, old, rotten, and you see a sign that's on the hinges, swinging in an unknown breeze, and it says Epitaph. Hana, you know this place very well.
I do.
As you approach, I would like everybody to roll a perception check.
Go for the eyes!
Oh, already.
Perception check based on what?
Sight. Or hearing.
One of those he's good at.
You can make an argument for either or with this. You can go ahead and roll, Hannah.
Oh, okay. That's right.
So, Paint would actually... Hannah would feel this more than hear it, but Paint would hear this. A single bell, a church chime almost, ringing off in the distance of the town. But you don't see no church. You don't see no chapel. You don't see no bell. But there's just this solemn ringing in the air. It's not annoying. It's not bothersome. It's like a background noise. So you'll catch yourself hearing it, and then like as soon as you hear it, you forget about it. And a couple minutes pass, you hear it again.
Oh, is it time?
Hannah would know the significance of the bell, indicating new graves being opened and up.
Sorry, I'm suddenly just imagining like an auction house in the graveyard. They're just auctioning off graves as soon as they open up.
Oh, no, nothing of this sort. Everyone who follows the proper procedure can be buried.
You know what? Let me get a map for you guys. I got a map. Very proud of this map. Images. Sharing. Share. So, you guys arrive in the bottom where it says the guard shack. Greeting you.
I don't see anywhere that's labeled guard shack.
Very bottom.
Oh, guard house.
Guardhouse.
I'm
and out
totally
front,
dying.
I'll bring the Bullock Smith back.
I feel like that owes a trip to the lake.
Before you sits a older male, human. One would describe him as decrepit, ancient, like a fine cheese left out in the sun.
Yes.
Hannah, this is did you also make notes to these character names too?
Okay.
His name is Gerald. He's and he greets you and goes, "Oh, welcome to Habitat. Are you here to see family or just passing through?"
Oh, for the time being, just passing through.
Oh, hey, Hannah. Hello.
How are the lings?
They're fine. They're scampering around somewhere around here.
Of course. Well, don't let them get too far.
I'll try not to. Tell Ma I said hi.
Of course. And the ones before her.
And he waves you, and like you see, just like if a skeleton had a skin coat, just kind of wave. You swear you can hear the bones rattling.
But skeletons do have skin coats.
You know what? You're absolutely correct on that one.
if there was nothing between the skeleton and its clothes.
Apparently this is potential someday, guys.
Yes, I'm aware. We've all been made very much aware.
So you guys lead your cart straight through. You get a bunch of kids coming up and petting the horses. They're very happy.
How charming.
Is everyone in the cart, or is anybody riding outside with Hana, or where are you guys at?
I sort of like either have to get out of the car or like coil myself around the top from the window.
Paint.
Paint is trotting alongside the cart.
You get a bunch of pets, belly rubs, tail scratches, ear scratches. Bunch of younger kids, happy, smiling, giggling. But the look in their eyes shows a somber understanding. Eyes that belittle the age of these kids. They have the eyes of an elder, almost. One who's seen some shit. As they happily pet you and, feed you some treats. Paint.
He happily plays. He happily plays with them, doing what he can to cheer them up.
They're happy and giggling, but that eyes never change. Come up to you as a younger woman, half elf in stature. Hana, you would know her as Lil.
Ah.
Word of our community
She comes up to you and
spreads.
points to the big snake lady on it, and she goes, "Oh my god, are you a snake folk?"
Not quite, but you could call me as such.
Yay! Oh my god, I got so many questions to ask you. I read about you in a book, and I never thought I would ever be able to see one in real life. Ooh, yes! Woo-hoo! She is literally bouncing on her feet. But again, somber eyes, mellow eyes, eyes that have red rings around, like she's been recently crying. She goes, "My name is Lois. I'm so happy to meet you. Please don't take this the wrong way, but can I please pet your tail?"
No.
Fair point.
Also, the tail is technically inside the cart. So,
Well, but it's so good, so good. You know what? My father owns the inn. Just go there. Say you talk to Lil, and we'll get you right on your way. And what is your name, if you don't mind me asking?
my name is too long for you to pronounce, but Etcha shall suffice.
It's such a beautiful name. All right. I'm gonna go get the rooms ready. You and me, Etcha. Oh, I got so many questions for you. I'll buy you a big thing of meat. I assume you meat. I just don't take that the wrong way. I'll get whatever you want. Just total fangirling.
If Etcha had eyebrows.
They would be a rolling.
and she scampers off. All right, Hannah, how about you tell the group a little bit about your hometown?
Right. This is Epitaph, the city closest to the graveyard. Now, it's a little bit of an unusual city, I suppose you can call it. Um, Lots of people from all walks of life come through here. This is the place where we do the funerary rites, so to say. Um, get things in order for people to come to the graveyard. And everybody uses the graveyard. Everybody. And we make no judgments on what funerary rites they prefer to hold, from consuming the body and burying what's left to, well, wrapping them in linen and presenting them to us in a very nice casket. Everyone comes through here, and you may have noticed the perpetual moonlight. We can't say why, but this town always seems to have a full moon over it, and it keeps some of the baser instincts down so that everyone can be rational and reasonable. So, no matter whom you see or what you see in this town, pray do not engage it physically without good reason.
The moon is
All
the great revealer of all. There's no secrets in death nor under the moonlight.
certainly not.
I would hazard that guess.
It reveals the mind of those who may be of terrible afflictions. Lycanthropes are fairly numerous here, for they can be stable here. However, should they leave this town, it's terribly unfortunate that the moon's blessing does not follow them out. Is there anything particular you'd like to know?
Not particularly. We are, as you said, after all, just passing through.
Fair enough. Well, should you ever want someone buried, everyone must take them here first. And I suppose that's to do for a base introduction. Well, I don't think you or Paint will have any issues, but just as I should state it once more, keep thine weapons holstered, no matter what creatures you might see. And that's about that, then. Tis the graveyards.
As Hannah is just kind of giving the open tour uh, of the city, you guys hear a rumbling in the distance coming from the west. It sounds like large stones being picked up, put down, shuffled around, put down again. And this goes on for a couple minutes, and then it's just silent. Now everybody hears that bell noise. That ding, ding, ding. Constant in the background, like picking it up. As soon as you focus on it and you hear it, you forget about it and fades away. This happens every, when your mind is just wandering lazily, taking in the sights and scenery. For the fog above the town lightly covers the floor, but not enough to obscure any type of notable paths or details. It's very hazy, very gray out. The street lamps lining the padlocks flicker, almost dancing to an invisible song. The people that you see, some you see, wave and smile, same lower lights. You see shadows, tall and elongated. Some move, some smile, almost with a featureless face. And some just kind of stare at you. And when you look at it, they vanish, just turning to a normal shadow, while a person walks through. Once in a while, you will hear a child go, "Come play with me," or "What's your name?" Followed by an older person going, "Nah, lad, that's not how you ask." But fades back into the mist. The cart leads itself to the inn. The outside looks run down. Shutters are ragged. With a dim light on. As the girl before Lil is out front talking to a clearly intoxicated lizard folk. He is face down, butt in the air, with his half of his feet in a barrel that may or may not contain cheese.
Appetite.
The lizard folk named Gnarl is essentially the town drunk. He's also the head of the guards too. And it looks like he partied a little too hard, as Lil just goes, dude, wake up. Hana's here, wake up. And he goes, no. Bring me bones, meat, and cheese in that order. I will construct a golem of mighty magnitude. As the cart reels up to the scene. Paint, this cheese smells delicious.
Does it now?
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the barrel that the guy's standing in.
Yep. May or may not be covered with lizard feet.
Nah, he's gonna leave it be. At least while the lizard's in it.
He'll wait for his opportunity.
Uh-huh.
So the girl looks at you. It's like, so Hana, it's you haven't been home in some time.
Yes, I believe this has been my longest time away from the graveyard, and, well, since I can remember clearly. I don't suppose orders have been piling up.
Oh, you know it. They're back in the uh your main house. Not the one here, your main house where we normally send them.
Of course, I'll tend to them right away. I don't suppose you've got the documents on whom's they were and what's to be done.
Yes, they're all organized and filed like you like them.
Delightful. Keeps things easy.
Though, and she kind of pulls you off to the side. We've been hearing some strange noises over there.
Strange
Stranger than,
noises.
yeah. There's you know, the constant rock noises. We're used to that, but I don't know. It's always followed by a scent of rot, which is unusual.
Mhm. Go on.
So this has been happening for the last few months. Um, every time we try to go near whatever the sound is, it's just like we end up back in town. It's weird.
That is curious, yes.
If you
What direction was it from, though?
it's the grave near where the gemstones rise.
Oh, no, I believe I have been hearing it, but I think. And then she's going to furrow her brow a little because usually she's fairly certain when she hears one.
You
I'll check it out.
Yeah, some of the older folks are concerned.
Yes, this is a first in a place where things usually remain the same for quite the time, actually.
If
Um,
Go ahead.
well, it'll get sorted out one way or another. If you've been sent back, then that's probably the Grave's doing, and I doubt it does it for ill intentions.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I'm gonna go take this one back in and try to sober him up for his job.
Yes, yes. Good luck to him,
Tell great grandma hi.
of course. I'll give everyone the
She drags his lizard back into surprise. This lizard's twice her size, and she pulls him like he weighs nothing.
For the record, Paint was crawling along the ground, doing the doggy sneak thing, up behind the lizard, just waiting for his opportunity.
the border collie crawl.
Yeah, that one.
I had a Shetland sheepdog that used to do that too. I know exactly what that crawl is. Oh my god, I haven't thought about my old dog in so long. Uh,
Why do you think I love playing these kinds of characters? They're just fun.
so drags him out. Barrel falls down. Dog snoot into cheese.
He takes a big bite and then disappears the rest into his backpack and dashes away.
Add 4 things of cheese.
What type of
Oh,
cheese?
Gouda.
Gouda. All right.
Gouda.
I will put it right next to my fairy cheese.
Etcha, what are you doing?
Not much at the moment. Just taking in the sights, and well, there's an awful stench of death on the air.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll me. Oh my god, what I would have roll. Okay, so roll me either a religion or arcana check with advantage.
I'm ironically skilled in both.
Cool. Cool. Alright. It's odd. Everywhere you look around in this town, even the shadows, you get a very faint hint of almost demonic energy, but not negative demonic energy. It's a weird contradiction. It's almost like holy demonic. It's there's
Fallen angel, sort of.
almost like a fallen angel or a risen devil. And as you look around, you'll see bits of just red eyes poking through the mist. And you almost hear a faint humming, like lullaby sound. Very peaceful, very relaxing almost. You feel at peace. And for a split second, your vision from this misty town changes to a field of red haze and a massive river. The water is dark, strong copper smell. It's almost gelatinous in a sense. You see a single boat. On it, you see a clothed figure looks at you. You can't see the face, but you can tell it's smiling and it waves friendly to you.
Get a nod back.
And you hear a voice, a soft melody in your ears, or reptilian sound holes. And it says a few words. And it says, "This town of neutrality between the worlds reigns a veil of peace and ease. Those who are outcast find home in those lands.
A magnanimous dispensation.
For when the true believers lie, the truth will be revealed."
Real quick, Toshibe, thank you so very much for that donation. It came at a fantastic time. Thank you. The donation goal has been completed. Go ahead. I just wanted to let you know.
Where was that? And as quick as it came, it vanishes. And you're looking at the gloomy streets, and you look at your left hand, Hana, and you see a mark. It's almost looks like a fang, surrounded by fog, with a single rune in the middle of it. It wasn't there before. As soon as you see it, it vanishes.
Etcher?
Yes.
Is everything all right?
Everything is fine. The veil is just thin here. And as if to prove a point, she'll run her claws through thin air, and there seems to be water coming off them. A very blood red water, but it disappears as soon as it appears.
Seems this place is accepting you too, then.
When you run your hands through the fog like that, you get the water molecules, but you also see a faint haze too, and then it vanishes. The So as you do that, Etcha, you
Hmm?
you also get a rumbling in your stomach too. Uh, a sharp pain you feel just kind of slowly work its way through, and then it's gone. Just like having a random cramp, very painful cramp, but then nothing.
I'm beginning to think my last meal didn't agree with me.
What did you have?
What was that?
Well, what did you have? Something at the tavern?
No, I had fresh egg.
Hmm. Let's not speak more on that matter, lest I become cross.
Sorry, I'm writing notes. Hey, Paint, you said you ran off to hide some cheese.
He ran around the cart and then waited to make sure the coast was clear before going in and hiding the cheese in his room.
All right. So, all right. Where's okay? So you jump into the back of the cart. Dog, look around, sniff the air. Nobody's looking. You got your haul, your mighty cheese of duty, and you go back in. And as you are just hauling doggy butt towards your room, you pass the kitchen, and you hear a commotion in the kitchen.
He will go store. He was gonna go hide his cheese. He's focused on getting that done, and then he'll go investigate the kitchen.
You hide your cheese under your mattress. Nobody ever looks on the mattress. It's the perfect spot for cheese hiding. And you go investigate the kitchen. Use your doggy nose to push open the door. God dang it! That's not what I told you over there. You gotta put it over here. You gotta put it over there. You can't put it over there. You gotta put it over this way. But you can't use that material. You gotta use the material because also just go boom. Is the cacophony of voices you hear blasted in your dog ears as you see a group of, at this point, very familiar dwarfs
Actually, I think this might
you-
be the first time that Paint is actually seeing the dwarves.
Okay, you smell a very familiar smell. And you see some dwarves, and they whip their head quick right on you. And there's one big, burly dwarf, arms the size of trumps, like tree trumps. And he goes, "You dog."
He tilts his head up at them.
Come and see what we did. We did an excellent thing, especially the fine elegancy of outlining the edges stuff. It's amazing. And his big meaty dwarf hand just palms your head and just pulls you into the kitchen. If anybody was looking on the outside, they just see a big old meat hand just grab this dog in.
I thought it was only visible... Oh, from outside the kitchen.
Yeah, if they were looking down the hallway, they would just see this big hand just pull you in.
Too busy talking.
He gives a yelp and is dragged in, and he's getting PTSD from a certain trunked being.
So this dwarf pulls you in, and his tone slows down as he's going over, and you see the kitchen. The cabinets have been updated. They have a fine silver edge to it, and you see a door that leads to a pretty decent-sized greenhouse. You see rolls of different veggies, fruits, vegetables. There's almost pixies flying. And you see a water elemental just kind of going up and down the lanes, watering the plants. You see here, my fine furry friend. We decided to upgrade your kitchen to have an inbuilt supply of food for you. I know, it's amazing. We at Beards, and Beards always aim to please. But hey, Marvin, stop doing the as you see a dwarf bolt past you, on fire, screaming.
Stop being on fire and screaming.
It's the 7th one today. They make dwarves like they used to. Too flammable. And he leads you through the greenhouse. The any type of fruit and vegetables you can imagine are here planted. You see a small little tool shed. The water elemental just waves. Hello. Or just mindfully taking care of the plants. And he pulls you out, and he's like, I also made some upgrades to your rooms. And he leads you to the bedrooms.
Did Paint not notice his bedroom being changed when he went in there?
It wasn't changed when he went in there. It was the normal cot. But now he opens, the sliding doors, and it's just another door. And you got your own master bedroom. Big, soft dog bed. Many pillows and blankets. You got your own little doggy water sink and bowl, curtains, and he goes over the bed and he's like, "If you gotta put your paw right here," he puts you down.
He does so, while also looking around fearfully for his cheese.
As soon as you put your paw on the side of the bed, a secret drawer opens up and it's cheese. It's your cheese.
He wags and gives a very happy bark. Also,
secret room, your stolen goods.
I gotta ask the chat real quick. When are you guys gonna just stop trying to add more to this single wagon and just give us a freaking trade at this point?
I think that's what they're gonna do.
We got our sleeper car. We got our kitchen car. Oh god, I think I gave them ideas.
Just wait until the car accidentally falls out into an airship.
The way these upgrades are going, I don't give it too long before that happens.
No, it'll be a time machine. You know, just like the one in Back to the Future 3.
Marty, would you like to go to the past?
Yep, a lot of plotting.
And on top of your bed, you see a small bag.
He's gonna sniff at it.
It's your nose pokes in it. It smells dry, earthy. It's a bag of beans.
Do they smell tasty?
Kinda, they smell like a thing of beans. There's
He's less interested in that.
but it's addressed to the party. Goes, have some magical fun on your adventures by the Bean Company, subsidiary of Corn Valley. Do you take the bag of beans with you? Or do you just leave them on your bed?
He's gonna slide them into his secret drawer. He's not so
right.
interested, but that's just kind of what he's gonna do.
Cool. You rendezvous back with the party. And Hana, I assume you're gonna go investigate what's happening in the grave.
Of course. That and Hannah has an amount of work to do.
Beautiful. You guys start leading down the road. You get to a point in the road where it's a small little cottage. Hannah, you know this is the drop-off for all the goods that you have.
Yes. Some goods are larger than others.
This is also your personal stables for your horses.
Well, time to stable Raven and Moonstone then.
You give a happy neigh and lick your face.
Let's try to get more apples.
And before you, so you're gonna walk the rest of the way, but it's not too far. It's about maybe a minute walk to get to the edge of the graveyard. Does everybody follow?
Yes. Well, let's see.
Paint
going
would still
at
be
this
in the
point,
wagon for
probably.
now. Sorry.
So yes. Not everyone.
If somebody gathers paint, then yeah, he'll go with. He just has no idea that that would be happening.
You felt the cart stop. And would probably hear commotion of the unloading.
Unhitched the horses. The hawks.
I suppose he'll go ahead and head out and investigate.
Extra, you going to?
Yep.
Alright. You walk down the path, and you come to... It's not even a fence. It's just like rows and rows of gravestones. As far as the eye can see through the dense fog. As almost like a misty haze hits you, chilling the air, but not so cold that it's unbearable. Just gives you the sense of discomfort. I would like everyone. I would like Paint and Esha to roll me a Wisdom or Constitution check.
Check or save?
Whichever one is higher of those two.
Save, usually.
Which one was it?
Con or Wisdom.
I have one more bonus on this. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Alright. You immediately know the effect of this. This is setting a tone. This is to... For those who come to visit the grave, it sets the mood for them to talk to the departed. It gets them sad, but almost happy in relief at the same time. And this, you just get a feeling of this is the correct feeling you should get in a graveyard. Not happy, but not exactly sad. A baseline of a mixture of both. The feeling of loss, but also something you gain in it. And you understand that this is a natural feeling for the grave, for visiting a tombstone. It's not something to make fun of. It's not something to make, party. But it's not something to overly cry about or feel sad or like super sad or depressed about. It's a very mellowing, humbling feeling. Puts in the perspective of how fragile and how short life truly can be, and how you have to hold on to things that you hold dear, because you never know when that will slip away from your fingers in a fraction of a second. Paint gets the same feeling, but it's overwhelming your senses. You don't know why, but you have tears coming down your eyes. Didn't know that was possible, but it is. Just tears coming down. And you get this overwhelming sense of guilt in you of, why am I alive when those who may have been better than me, those who've had more bright life, are not? What made me special above anything else? And that thought just drills into your head. Hana, you notice the signs of this. You, as the gravekeeper, you expect these feelings, but you also are there to console those who have gotten affected too deeply. You can see Paint probably not understanding. That's up to Zim for his interpretation of how Paint's going to react to those feelings of what's happening to him.
He is going to be whimpering and backing away from this place, looking around wide-eyed for somewhere to run and hide.
No, Pain, no. You shouldn't wander aimlessly here. The graveyard is very expansive, and I assure you it all smells the same. Are you remembering someone in particular, maybe?
Sorry, what was that last bit?
Are you remembering someone in particular, perhaps?
He shakes his head.
I see.
This kind of feeling is very new to him. They don't really,
Grave.
mourn the passing of others in their communities. So these kinds of feelings are completely foreign. Never experienced them before.
This is called, well, it's a longing of sort. Maybe you miss someone right now, someone who's not around any longer. Maybe it's someone you looked up to, or you just wish they were still around. No matter what you may have had to give for it, just let it through. It's not a bad exactly, but remember that they're gone, you're still here, and I doubt if they were someone you were close to that they'd want you to join them anytime soon.
Well, to determine how Payne's gonna take that, give me a persuasion.
Right.
You can probably do it with advantage.
Okay. I think he'll
And it's
calm
given the
down and at least.
times.
I think he'll calm down at this point and at least not take off running, which was his first reaction on that.
As had advised, running in this graveyard is a very poor idea.
You get more of a calming sensation and more of a grounded thing as Hana talked to you. The grave expanses, and Hana would know this. The thing about, and you guys would also know this too, because it's pretty common knowledge of the world. When you go to the grave, it goes on for miles. No one has ever truly charted it because it always seems to expand. The grave itself is the world's only graveyard. When a loved one passes, the body gets buried here or gets shipped here, depending on where in the world you are. That works both for monsters, humans, creatures, drag whatever, but only if they're willing and have a cognitive ability to get to the grave. So not like if a random I don't know, frog passes away from natural causes, that won't come here. But the grave has this ability that no matter where you go, if you're there for pure intentions, to see a loved one, or to learn about it, you'll always find your loved one. You'll always find that information that you're looking for. If you come there with ill intentions, the ideas, the soul to harm the graves, to destroy, to make a mockery, to steal, well, those never return. Ever. And there's rumors that you can still hear them wandering around the graveyard screaming for help on certain nights. That said, you guys enter the graveyard. You see rows and rows of tombstones. Some standard stones, wooden sticks, to massive mausoleums and temples and shrines. You see one with a floating orb. You see one with, it looks like a transparent box that when you pass it, your mirror reflective images wave back at you. And you go, and you walk. You see some families, some burials. Once in a while, you see a little black fuzzy thing popping from grave to grave. Small snickering. And then it vanishes. As you end up coming to a cottage, almost. Hannah's home. And beyond the cottage, Paint and Etza will see a massive pyramid rising to the tip of the sky. Obsidian black. The haze in the mist almost parts around it. As a almost halogen-like hum fills the air. That pyramid, Hannah, is brand new to you.
That's not correct.
Someone's overcompensating.
Yes, let's call it that. I have some questions to ask.
Almost saying that one of your little helpers comes up. If you want to describe what it looks like.
This little helper looks interesting to you, to say it simply. It's short, very short, about 3 feet tall, very fuzzy, but it has giant human-like hands that are disproportionately massive to the rest of it. And you may not be able to see a head of some sort.
As this thing comes up to you and goes, "Welcome home, boss."
Yes, it's good to be home. What is that?
We were kind of hoping you would know. It just kind of showed up out of nowhere about a month or so back.
And I've been gone that long.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Yeah, you've been gone for maybe a year.
What? Oh. How? I could have sworn it was a week at most. What happened?
Well, I'll catch you up later. But mainly, a few months ago, this ugly thing just sprouted out of nowhere. We tried to get near it, but we just couldn't. It's odd. So I told old Jay to go to the town. They hired some adventurers, and well, they never came back. A couple of them, actually. It was and another one identical to it comes up. It was 42 groups in total of 5 members each that was sent over the past couple of months to investigate this. Yeah, that's right.
42. I'll have to look into this myself then.
Yes, it's quite disturbing. Honestly, it's unnatural considering where we're at. But and this one looks to the group. Oh, hello. I forgot to introduce myself. You can call me Jay. It's nice to meet you folks. Are you here to sightsee for the graves, or are you friends of Hannah's?
They're travel companions I've made, so we can call them friends.
Comes over and holds out a big old meat hand to you, Etcha. So like a handshake.
I'll shake their hand.
It's frigid. Nice to meet you. I can tell you of well stock. Very good. And very in tuned to I'll just leave it at that. Welcome to the grave. Wish we'd have more of a hospitality, but we kinda have a lawn ornament issue. I would greatly appreciate it if you could help my boss out with this.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. And the other one comes up to Paint and goes, "You doggy. You're a very good doggy. A plus plus for dog."
He's just kind of looking around at the moment.
You you get some belly rubs. But you don't see a body or hand giving you belly rubs.
Well. Yeah, he's booking it. He's running over towards Hana and hiding behind her.
Oh, don't mind them. They just dig the graves. The most that'll happen is you'll get a bit of dirt on you.
Hannah, you do not know about his incident with the ghostly belly rubs.
Ah, I see.
They were very good belly rubs.
He doesn't
Such a
like
shame.
the belly rubs.
Not when you
As
can't see
good
where
as they may be, they were bad.
They were
Terrifying.
they didn't they were coming from somewhere that he did not know. He did not like them.
surprise belly rubs. I'm gonna do that to my dog tonight. I'm gonna freak her out. So the Jay goes, "This pyramid is not like the others during the festivals." Oh, you two aren't from around here, are you?
They are not.
I would definitely say I'm not from around here now.
So every couple centuries or whatever, Hannah, some point we can't tell time.
Of course.
There's a festival where the the graves rise up, and we get these emerald and ruby pyramids from below that come up and cast almost a rainbow aurora borealis over the graves.
Quite slightly.
It lasts about 5 days, and during that, the veil between this world and next almost becomes non-existent. Where the ones around the world can spend a few days with their loved ones, talking, catching up, coming together. The newest festival is coming up soon. But this pyramid is not like them. Ours are full of emeralds, rubies, sapphires, opals, amethysts.
Gemstones in general, yes.
Yes, but never black obsidian.
That was some new one.
We do not know what or where it came from. So it's kind of got us concerned. If, go ahead.
I'm not sure what to make of this place, but there's also been supposedly a bell that I have not been ringing, but then tends to fade from my mind after trying to hide from me.
Yeah, that's not the normal bell. We've been hearing it too. It seems to be coming from that pyramid, but not from it. Like, from the inside of it.
You mentioned that some of the adventurers came back.
Out of the 210 total that went in, only 2 came back. They are not speaking much, considering they don't have a face.
I see. Ah, that is unfortunate. Well then, I'm going to have to postpone the services and get right to this. I shall hope against hope that they are all in some fashion. I don't suppose you could deliver some things for me, though. I've picked up the supply.
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
And she whistles, and almost like a wave of black mold comes out of like hundreds of thousands of these creatures come out and like zoom past you guys and go to the cart. Like a moving carpet.
Adam will take them to the cart and unload what the dragons had purchased for her. A rather large list.
Mm-hmm. They help you and they take it back into your house where they came from. The oh my god. Yeah, excuse me. As they vanish, the area gets silent, as you all hear a faint bell coming from the direction of that black pyramid. If you like, the two people that returned are currently rescuing in your house if you want to talk to them.
I may be more talking at them. They seem, if they're faceless, then they are without many of their basics. They are without some of their basic senses and a form of communication. You cannot write without eyes, and you cannot speak without a mouth. I
True.
wonder if
but
they even have ears.
they can
However,
still...
yes,
ahead.
I'd best go check on them to see for myself how sensitive this is.
Yes. And he'll leave you into the house if anybody else wants to follow.
Might as well.
Saint is staying very close to Hana right now.
You got a doggo belt going on.
Basically.
You're not in danger. Truly.
You enter the house and it's you enter it and it's a nice abode. You see a small little kitchen, a bed, a bookshelf next to a fireplace. You see a small room in the back that you see 2 feet laying on a bed. They're in the guest room, Hana.
It's time to say hello. As she approaches the two of them.
It's hard to describe who they were. Were they humans? Were they elves? Were they genasi? It's hard to tell. They're wrapped in blankets, almost, and their faces, almost like an eraser, erased to them.
Just the front or the everything on the head?
Everything on the head.
Oh.
One shifts, almost like sensing the presence of the room, and its faceless features just turns to you. You get the sense of it's looking at you. And it raises a hand, and you notice it has no hands either.
Why? Why, everything was taken from you. Thoroughly. Sorry that you've had to suffer in this way, but there is one thing I wish to ask and confirm with you. Did you touch the walls?
It almost shudders. And you feel like a pressure in your head. Paint, because you can talk to people through their minds. Would hear a phrase. Would hear it repeating over and over. Like a very bad nursery rhyme. Something that you would read to children at night. And what you hear is alright, hold on, let me grab my notes.
No. He's plenty prepared.
I had to do it, though.
I understand.
DM's dead. I am now DM. We all level up.
You already gave up that.
Well, a new position's opened.
Hello?
Hello!
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, where did I cut out?
You said you needed to
let me
look
get
at
my
your
note.
notes.
Oh, son of a...
We were
Okay.
wondering why you hadn't been talking for a while.
Oh my god. Okay. I was talking for the last... Oh, okay.
Were you
Well, just so
wondering
you
why we
know,
were responding to you?
The substitute DM gave us a level up.
Alright. Alright. So, Paint, you would hear this repeating phrase, which I assume you did not hear.
No. I mean, you just said I did, but I don't recall it.
When... Okay. You can hear me now, right?
Yes.
God, son
No.
of a... Damn it.
No.
Alright. You hear...
Stanoga, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Marco.
Oh,
Stanogo.
Hello?
he's just fucking with you.
I will deduct your character's hit points. Alright, so
He doesn't have hit points. He only has good doggo point.
I'm deducting some doggo points.
No!
Okay. So what you hear is... When you see it, it sees you too. When you hear it, it hears you too. When you feel it, it touches you. And when it calls you, it has you.
And where is he hearing this from?
It's just a pressure in the mind. It's almost like coming from the two people in bed. It's just rattling around your head. And it keeps repeating and repeating. And
Type it out to me, please.
I will.
You've said that before and you didn't, so could you do it now?
Okay. And when you guys look around, you see a long shadow with a wide grin and a voice that speaks. When you see it, it sees you too. And when it has you, it always has you.
Be gone, Spectre.
As that is where we're gonna call it. But before we end it, we're gonna do a little zoom out. We're gonna look back a couple months ago. Zoom back in right onto the very cottage. We see a small group of adventurers. Smiling, bristling. As you see a very familiar lizard folk going. Yeah, it's weird that this thing just popped out of nowhere, but I'm paying you guys good gold to get rid of it. The leader of this adventurers group, Goliath, goes. Look, there's nothing too big or too weird we can't handle. We fought Tarrasques with our bare pinkies before. This ain't nothing. A clear mage, female, Aerocrocra, goes. He may talk a big game, but he's not wrong. And with the amount of shinies that you're giving us, well, we'll get it done in no time. Lizard folk goes. Good, let's do this before the gravekeeper comes back. She don't need to know that I've been letting people in here all this time. She get rightfully mad. Well, Halfling goes. Clearly a rogue. Don't worry about it. We got this. You guys can lay down, have a good old cup of tea or drinks or meat or whatever the hell you guys do. We got this. We'll get rid of it. Good for you. Lizard folk mutters, and the group can't hear. Yeah, well, that's what the last 41 group said. Goliath goes. Come on, guys. We got some busting to do. As they make their way towards the obsidian pyramid. A sound of stone opening up. The group's merry banter walks in. The lizard folk just sits there, lights up a pipe. And a couple minutes later, you hear blood-curdling screams and the sounds of pleading help as it fades into the mist.
Oh boy.
Indeed, dangerous.
And that will be all for this week.
Well, everyone, thank you all so much for joining us for Deities in Disguise, Dungeons and Dragons. I will not be back tonight or tomorrow. I am taking a day off. I will be back on Thursday, though. I hope to see you all there for that. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those things there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of all of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really could not do it without you guys. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. And also remember to share the stream around, as well as to hit that subscribe button or follow if you're not already. But for now, I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye!
Well. No! No!
Bye-bye!
That's not any better.
I'm gonna send Mickey to hell.
Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
Okay, that's it.
Stoga!
No!
Stoga!
Look, I don't pay your contract for you to interrupt this game at night. You do that on the weekends. We had a deal.
Stoga! Stoga!
What is it?
Stoga! I
Stop
see
it.
you! I always see you! Oh!
Unsettling. Have a good night,
Time to
everyone.
Time to kill Paint.
No, you can't kill Paint. He's a good boy.
I mean, don't you know that 3's the lucky number, not 2?
Death comes to all, good or evil.
It's your
The viewers
third
won't allow
character
it.
in this campaign. I
Right?
don't
You
know.
guys will back me up, right? You won't let Paint die. You won't let the good boy die.
I mean, you're in the graveyard, so you neglect.
It's just convenient at this point.
Wolfab, I did not condone the killing of your family. Can't you give me some backup here?
You slowly get dragged away.
To be pet forever by hands you cannot see.
Making claw marks on the ground.
Anyways, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you on Thursday.